Hello, thank you for joining me for this interview about vegetarianism.
Thanks for having me.
Let's get started. What do you mean by vegetarianism?
So, vegetarianism for me is distinct from other diets insofar as vegetarians choose to not eat animal flesh or meat, but still consume certain animal products like dairy, cheese, and milk, and eggs. And this is different from, say, vegans who do not consume any animal products and stick to a plant based diet.
What are some popular moral viewpoints about vegetarianism?
Good. So, a general characterization of a moral viewpoint about vegetarianism could be that it is morally wrong or uh, morally wrong to not eat meat, or that humans have some sort of moral obligation to not eat meat. So, two more specific viewpoints could be environmental reasons. That's the first one. Like factory farming contributes to climate change in significant ways. And the second one would be the idea that animals have some sort of innate qualities that bring about their moral considerability, like interests.
Can you give me some reasons as to why you or others think this way?
Sure. So I think it's useful to think in terms of moral status, which can be defined as follows. So the first premise could go something like S has interests, and S is defined as some living being. And the second premise would be that moral agents have obligations towards S. The third premise would be that a moral agent's obligations are based on the first premise, S has interests. So more simply, we can say that beings that have moral status and those that do not can be cut off at sentience, or the capability to feel pain or pleasure.
Can you pick one of these reasons and create a general principle that supports it?
I'll, I'll try. Um, so we can say that if a person is in a situation in which they have the choice to not eat meat, then it is morally wrong to choose to not eat meat. Choice here is very important. Um, so, of course, the more interesting question, at least to me, seems to be those questions that disrupt our ability to universalize this statement. Um, and this can come from some marginal cases that we can think of. And we can think of indigenous people groups like the Inuit tribes who reside in Arctic regions like Alaska, Greenland, Canada. So some of their only sustenance is derived from the flesh of animals. Obviously, there are no green plants that thrive in these types of regions. So it seems like they don't have a choice to not eat meat. But just because they don't have the choice, that doesn't mean that we should then conclude that Western industrialized people with choices should eat meat.
Thank you.
Thank you.